They're the Redskins.
I like their jerseys.
It's horrendous. They're the Redskins. They won
No,
Super Bowls as the Redskins back when I was a kid, and
the funniest thing, I think it's Aunt Jemima. They took the Aunt Jemima name off it.
Yeah.
But then they wrote, "This is the original Aunt Jemima" in like little letters. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
and you know
what
what?
are we
Aunt
doing
Jemima's
here?
family's probably pissed. They're like, dude, we're still getting a paycheck out of this. They took our name off it.
Yeah.
These rich white women from Situate. Get rid of them. Damn it.
Ruining everything.
Yeah, they are. They're like, we know better than you. Like, shut up. Give me my Aunt Jemima. Give me my Washington Redskins. Give me my Cleveland Indians back, please.
yeah.
It's time!
It's loud.
David. Welcome to the Probably Wrong Podcast. This is your Thanksgiving edition. Tony, Mike, Dave, and a Red Bull vodka.
He needed it tonight, you know?
Needs a little fire in him, right?
It's Thanksgiving Eve. We're here,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Everyone, this is a great way. Come catch the show. Enjoy us. Listen to us on your way out.
Yeah,
Because
like
we're-
us and follow us.
Because we don't go, oh, well, I shouldn't say that. I don't go anymore. I know you're going out later on.
I'm going out. Dave going out?
All right, doubt
After
it.
that Red Bull vodka, he might be.
All right, yeah, we'll see where this takes me.
He was hoping that was the party starter.
I was hoping not to go out, and then my phone started going. I'm like, no. And then I think I'm giving in to peer pressure. I don't really want to go out, but it's tough.
It is tough because it's a fun night. It's busy as hell, but it is a good time. I used to do it all the time, but I don't think I can handle it tonight.
Oh, you can. After that Red Bull vodka, I believe in you, Dave.
I'm waiting for him midway through the show when you go to your bathroom break to signal to bring the Tito's back over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Round two.
It's been now 10 years, 11, 12 years, 11 or 12 years since I've gone out on Thanksgiving Eve.
Oh, no kidding, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's chaos. It's like a New Year's Eve. It's a nightmare. And I know I'm going to regret it later on.
I used to absolutely love it, though.
Yeah, when you have... Back then, you would have 10 of your guy friends out, right? So it's busting each other's balls. It's talking about sports. It's like a version of this with 10 guys.
It was,
Fantastic.
it was the night that no matter where, especially, you know, we're in a small town.
Yeah.
No matter where you go, you're going to run into people that you either haven't seen,
right,
you know,
Yeah.
a lot of people out.
Sometimes that's good. Sometimes that's not so good.
Sometimes I go the town over.
Yeah.
You know?
On the way over here tonight, I stopped at the gas station to get my Red Bull, and I ran into a kid I grew up with in my neighborhood. I haven't seen him in probably 25 years.
Yeah.
But open the door, he's standing there, and Jeremy, Dave.
Did you
Holy
get
shit,
him to
man.
watch the video or watch the show?
He's not into sports at all.
You didn't harass like my son was doing earlier to people.
No, it was just like I said, I haven't seen him. God, it's got to be 25 plus years, but still looks the same. So
The camera looks better, but one thing I just noticed on the Facebook, if you could just turn that up a little bit, you can see the bottom of our noteboard.
Okay, that's not good.
Now.
Is that a little bit better?
Nope, you didn't do a thing, Tony.
All right, trying. The effort's there.
There we go. So remember how last week that I kind of went on my normal rant of food with veggies?
yes.
It happened to me again.
Oh no.
In a sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich the other day.
Ooh.
I went out. I was getting breakfast bought. You know, my cousin Jake said, hey, let's go out to breakfast. It's on me. I said, all right, I'm going to have a nice sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich.
It's all that overtime he was.
Yeah. I go to bite it, and I'm like, this smells weird. I put it down. I open it. It's like a Vidalia onion jam. Who puts onions? And when you go order
I don't even know what a Vidalia
it's
is.
like it's a Vidalia
either,
onion.
but
It's a sweet onion, and they mash it up, and it's like a little jam they put on it.
But still,
Yeah.
when you say sausage, egg, and cheese, that's pretty much it.
That's it.
If you want anything else added to it, you ask for it.
That's what I said ago. I didn't say sausage, egg, and cheese, and onion.
And shit.
Yeah.
Sure, tell didn't say Vidalia.
But you know what? I brought the negativity to me by complaining last week about it.
Yeah.
You know, and it happened again.
Is that all right? This is going to drive me nuts.
It's actually good. It looks really good. Right. I know, even Tony complimented us here on our camera. Looks better tonight.
All right, Tony Martin.
Coming
through in the clutch, as always.
I tried a burger place in Plymouth.
Yeah?
The Patty Shack.
Oh, already sounds good.
And I thought it was pretty good. Tina didn't.
Oh, Tina's already complaining.
Nope, Tina's, nope.
She said the burger was decent, but a little dry. But I thought it was good. The fries weren't very good.
She probably shouldn't have got it well done.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little dry,
Tina.
Tina.
If someone orders a well-done burger, goes, this is a little dry.
A little dry, yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
She's usually a medium,
Yeah, you got to go medium rare.
On a burger. You have to.
Well,
Just in case they mess it up.
I thought it was pretty good, but that's,
What's it called? Patty Shack?
The Patty Shack. It's in North Plymouth.
Ooh, sounds nice.
Nice little spot.
I like a burger place.
Yeah, there's a few of them in Plymouth, but I thought I'll go back. I thought it was pretty good.
She won't.
She won't. No, she'll go back just because I want to go back. So.
That's a good lady.
Yeah.
Couldn't wait to show videos of you falling down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Good lady, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
She wouldn't give me the video. I wanted the video to share with everybody.
No,
out
everyone
here.
would have saw it tonight if she had shared it. So
of Dave.
Thank you, Tina, for not
Rush
giving
back to the morning
video.
A solid woman. Doesn't know how to order a burger, but that's a solid woman.
Little slip on some black ice and put a dent.
What
in the
time
side
are
of
you
her
up
car.
in the morning for it to be black ice?
I left my house at 20 minutes of 5 this morning.
So 4:40, black ice.
Yep. But yeah.
I'm not even in my REM3 yet.
So only time you've seen that is your late nights out.
Yeah, on the way home.
Nope.
Yeah. Oh boy. So.
Well, how about we talk some football?
Yeah, I mean, we had such an amazing game to talk about this weekend.
I gotta say, the second half, watching them not quit a little bit more, made it a little bit easier to stomach. I mean, it still sucks. You lost 34-15. You couldn't stop Jonnu Smith, who you didn't know how to use here.
Yep. Couldn't stop Jalen Waddle at all either.
No.
Somehow kept Tyreek Hill somewhat contained. Or maybe he just didn't get the ball. Yeah, it's possible.
He didn't look good out there, and I know
Waddle was doing so well. I mean, why not just keep going back to him?
Yeah, I mean, how many guys are going to have breakout games?
Yeah, he had
Can't
two of
have
them.
3. Yeah, so
I mean, the one, I guess, the biggest disappointment for me, I mean, like you said, they didn't give up, but once again, the coaching, no adjustments.
See,
4-man rush,
you don't think
getting
they
to your
adjusted in the
quarterback.
second half?
No, because how many times did
or did the
Jalen,
Dolphins just get tired?
What's that moron's name? Jalen Ramsey blitzes off the corner.
I'm talking defensively. Sorry.
No, well, I'm talking like no adjustment. You don't keep someone in. I mean, and maybe that's Drake May's fault for not seeing the blitz, because when you see the replay, you see Jalen Ramsey kind of like looking like, hey, I'm coming, and he runs free twice and hit him hard. That you can't have that. And he was hit a lot. He was under pressure way too much. Another strip sack. He had one that they ended up ruling it an incomplete pass. It was pretty damn close. The blocking was so bad.
So can I ask you this question before we get into the blocking? You just brought up a point I wanted to hit on with Drake May. I know he's the shiny new toy. I know everyone's rah-rah. We're all happy. I enjoy watching him. But when are we going to take the kid gloves off with this kid and be like, hey, you're averaging two turnovers a game. Your passes, yes, you're completing, and you look so much better than Brissett, and I know we have so much more to look forward to, but there's got to be some accountability where a lot of these things, we be like, all right, Drake, like...
I think it's tough to do that. It's
what?
Almost like when a running back gets hit behind, like even Stevenson, a lot of times he gets the ball, he's getting hit behind the line of scrimmage. He's getting hit. It's tough.
Here's another thing that goes into the coaching thing is they'll have a good play called back. Holding. They got a pass interference on a screen pass. The false starts are atrocious.
So
3 false starts by Lowe alone.
the field goal that they missed, weren't they in goal line and then
multiple penalties.
and
That's
then
right.
penalty, and then it was back and
Yeah,
they
it was
missed
like
the
a
field
3rd
goal.
and 15, and they handed it off and didn't go anywhere. And that's a thing. I was talking about it. That I think we even messaged about it. Throw the pass, because you could get a pass interference or a defensive holding. Anything, roughing the passer to get that automatic first down, but you run the ball, you're just conceding to attempting a long field goal.
Even if you throw an easy pass, grab 8 yards and hope the guy breaks it, right?
I
And
know
that's another thing.
I know we all want that, but what about the flip side? Is Mayo going, I don't want this kid to turn it over because he's still not throwing.
What difference
on
does it
target.
make?
Well,
we suck.
early-
Take some chances.
But you got a guy that now is racking up the interceptions even more.
But his
I think that's also a
interceptions are
little bit.
later. Early in the games, he's been pretty dialed in. It's his turnovers are mostly strip sacks.
No,
'cause he's
no,
getting hit a lot.
his interceptions are bad throws as well.
No, they're bad throws, but they're usually later in games. Earlier in games, he seems to be more dialed in. He's not pressing, probably because the score isn't so lopsided yet.
And another thing, too.
I mean, hold on to the ball. Brissett got sacked just as much and didn't have the fumbles.
Yeah, that's something that he's
you
going to have to
expect
work
that
on.
from right.
But
No, I don't expect that from a rookie.
Yeah.
I don't.
You do.
2 interceptions a game. I want better of. I want some like
Oh,
he's got
I
to
want
get better at this
too,
and not
but-
just push it under the rug and go chalk it up to the old. He's a rookie because Jalen Daniels isn't doing that. The guy Caleb Williams.
He's
that
come
we-
down to earth.
The guy Caleb Williams, but he's not throwing the intercept. He's not averaging 2 turnovers a game. I'm just saying is, what's good for one person, it should be across the board.
But you know what? I think if we had this offensive line with a veteran quarterback, you would see this offensive line is terrible. They waived a guard this week.
Yeah.
And here's the most messed up. They waived a guard that starts. Like, they didn't even waive a backup. They have, I don't know if anyone that plays on that offensive line should be starting. This is terrible.
Anywhere in the league.
Anywhere in the league. Like, you didn't waive a backup guard. You waived your starting guard.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, like, to sit here and compare Drake May to some of these other quarterbacks, it's tough because they have players around them. They have much better systems. Maybe not Chicago.
Maybe not
Chicago's
Chicago.
system sucks. But Bo Nix is in a, Sean Payton offense, which is Sean Payton has made a career out of.
It's tailor made for Bo Nix.
Yeah.
And
I mean, he's always done well with when he likes the quarterback. Obviously not Russell Wilson, but Drew Brees had turned his whole career around with Sean Payton, wins a Super Bowl with him. Now Bo Nix is getting to learn from Sean Payton. Plus, Sean Payton was building a team around getting himself a quarterback that he wanted. Washington, they went out and they've got some players, and they went out and got a coaching staff that was more of an offensive coaching staff and a little bit more to help Daniels. He's got a lot more help than what we have here in New England. I mean, we have very little.
We're quick to say it. He has Terry McLaurin. That's it. That's all he has.
He's got running backs.
He doesn't. Brian Robinson's been hurt, and
He's been
Austin
hurt,
Eckler's
and
washed
Eckler's
up.
been okay. He's been okay.
Eckler is a comp to Stevenson. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well,
we
around
want to
here,
give.
we think Stevenson's a god.
I know.
I mean, I like the kid, but, with this offensive line, you're not going to run anywhere.
Right. And the play calling's terrible.
But all 3 rookie quarterbacks have an awful bottom offensive lines in the league. I looked this up the other day. They're all right down the bottom. I looked it up because I thought Washington was a lot better, and I was like, oh no, they're not.
No, they just have better. They have some better players, and even you want to say McLaurin's the only one he got, but still, their number 2 is probably way better than any of our
You
receivers.
can't even name their number 2
I can't because I don't care about the
because
Redskins.
they don't have it's really it's a washed up tight end.
Did you hear
Zach
that they
Ertz.
might be the Redskins again?
I hope
Yes.
so.
I
Did you hear
did.
that?
I hope so.
So what it was is, do you know the story behind it?
I heard the story. I don't remember it. A similar story with the Cleveland Indians.
Yep.
Is the Cleveland Indians were named after their first Indian baseball player.
Yeah.
So it was like a respect thing. But somehow people thought it was disrespectful to be called the Indians, and the Washington Redskins were the same thing.
It was the actual tribe member that was a Redskin, and he said, no, this is an honor for my tribe. He goes, no one ever asked us.
Right.
He goes, everyone just listened.
No, these rich white ladies out of Scituate felt it was a better idea for us to get rid of it.
He said something, not to those terms, but
he doesn't know Scituate all that well.
In that way of like, hey, you listen to this minority group who really was the one that put us extinct.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, just say it, like the whites.
The rich white women, they're the worst.
But he's like,
they're the worst.
not one person came and talked to us in our tribe, and we were honored if we,
Yeah.
So
bring it back. I still call them the Redskins. I will not call them anything. I don't even know what they are right now.
I don't hate
They're the
Commanders.
Redskins.
I like their jerseys.
It's horrendous. They're the Redskins. They won
I
Super
agree.
Bowls as the Redskins back when I was a kid, and
The funniest thing, I think it's Aunt Jemima. They took the Aunt Jemima name off it.
Yeah.
But then they wrote, "This is the original Aunt Jemima" in like little letters. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
and you know
what are
what?
we
Aunt
doing
Jemima's
here?
family's probably pissed. They're like, dude, we're still getting a paycheck out of this. They took our name off it.
Yeah.
These rich white women from Scituate, get rid of them. Damn it.
Ruining everything.
Yeah, they are. They're like, we know better than you. Like, shut up. Give me my Aunt Jemima. Give me my Washington Redskins. Give me my Cleveland Indians back, please.
Here's my friend Kyle. Washington commies.
Oh, that's what they are, right? The Commanders.
Yeah.
Yeah, horrendous. So bring back the Redskins, please.
Yeah.
Cleveland Indians, bring them back.
I don't know. I mean, I don't like the name the Guardians,
Ah, terrible.
but I like the jersey because it's the same jersey.
It's the same jersey. It's the same jersey.
Like
Still,
I get why
it's
they
terrible.
did that because they wanted the IANS so they can keep everything the same.
But
And
when
when
I
they-
remember back in the day, the Indians hat was very popular because they had that awesome.
Still is. I keep
Logo.
trying to buy it.
You can't buy it, though, can
No,
you?
you can. A
You
nice
can?
fitted, but it's $65.
Yeah. And now they have what, the G?
Yeah.
Terrible.
It's just inflation. It's okay.
Yeah.
65. That's like 25 a few years ago. No big deal. I thought it was funny that they were trying to push the Chiefs to change their name, and the Chiefs are like, "Hey,
Yeah. And the NFL's like, this is our best product right now. We ain't touching this.
Yeah.
We'll touch the Redskins, but we're not going to touch the Chiefs. And we're not going to touch it. Like, they're deciding, like, what about the Braves and the Tomahawk Chop? That's still good.
And like the Chicago Blackhawks were like, nope, not happening.
Yeah.
You know?
That's an original team. We're not changing that.
Nope. Yeah. We got
All right.
way off topic here.
we just
Well,
kind of
well,
went
great.
nuts."
Well, how
All
much
right.
do you want to talk every week
I mean,
about the
there
Patriots?
really
You
wasn't.
know?
Well, you know
It's
what?
not.
It's not fun football to watch.
No.
It was 34-15. It wasn't that close.
No.
It's just
No, it was Gonzalez
suck.
picked up that ball and ran it back for a touchdown to get to that 15.
Yeah,
So
we
the
suck.
offense had 7 points. It was terrible. Miami, honestly, Miami didn't even look that great to me, other than the first half, 21 points. No, the second half they got 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, and the Patriots just couldn't do shit.
I think they just wanted to go home.
It's hard to be.
It's possible.
Continue to be up for a game that
They should have been running the score up.
Yeah.
Not everyone's Belichick.
Tua needs to pump up numbers, you know?
I think late in the season we're looking to see if Barmore kind of gets back on track and gets healthy. That would be great. If Cole Strange is someone that can play next year, because right now you're looking at you need at least 2 tackles, maybe a center if Andrews retires. So we got to get some takeaways, and hopefully Drake May improves over the last few games. But besides that, what are we watching for? This is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Watching to see where they end up in the draft.
I guess.
about
But I want some positive. We're going to lose games. Our team is not talented, but I want to see some good positive signs come out of these games.
Yeah, and we kind of had some
Yeah, this is a bad week.
early on, and then this week was just horrendous.
Disaster.
And like I said, the coaching deficiencies are
And that it's just
much more obvious.
Your friend that just brought it up right there, where the defense got absolutely shredded. They couldn't cover anything in the middle of the zone, and Miami took advantage of it.
Does Covington have to go?
Covington
and Pelt
is-
has to go, right? We got to get rid of
Well,
both of them.
what was Covington before they made him the defensive coordinator?
Yeah, and I always destroy a Chain's last name. I didn't even probably say it right there, but yeah, he walked right in untouched twice.
Yeah,
You're absolutely right, Victor.
and there was another play I think where he was wide open in the flat, and Tua looked in a different direction for some reason. There was the entire Patriots defense was on this side of the field, and a chain was right there. And for some reason, he threw it somewhere else. I don't remember what the play was, but it would have been another easy walk-in touchdown.
So what does it say to us next week when we play Anthony Richardson and
Well, if you get
Jonathan
lit up
Taylor,
by Anthony Richardson,
I
you
think
got
Michael
issues.
Pittman just got injured. I know their other guy, Jonathan Downs, injured. So
This
it's down
should be
to Alec Pierce.
this should be a very competitive game,
Yeah.
right? Like this isn't a quarterback that's gonna throw for 300 yards. You should be able to.
What happens? What do we say next week if Anthony Richardson does throw for 300
I think
yards?
he has a really good shot at it because this defense is so easy to throw on.
Yeah.
I mean,
But they have Gonzalez. They have the best cornerback in the
Oh,
league.
you hate Gonzalez.
The best quarterback in the league. Why is it easy to throw on this team?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there is no pass rush, and if Anthony Richardson tears us up, that's like a really, really bad sign.
that's horrible.
Well, what are they going to do? So if it was a Belichick system, what they would be doing next week is focusing on stopping Jonathan Taylor and making Richardson beat them. Is that what we're going to see? I don't think we're going to see. I haven't seen Mayo do that with any team
With
this
any
year.
of-
Like, all right, we're going to take away your best player. I mean, yes, against this Miami game, Tyreek Hill, but again, I think Tyreek Hill's injury is more of been a decoy these past couple of weeks.
You know what it looks like? It looks like they're playing prevent defense all game long.
Yeah.
It really does.
Like they're playing prevent D, like they're up 40, and they're just playing it all. They're just not
Like,
talented.
I'm going to give you like an 8-yard gap, and if
It's
you
a-
catch
see
it,
what- see what
great. Good luck.
happens.
Good
You
luck.
look and you want to say it's zone, but I'm like, this is an awful zone. Like, I don't know. It's just bad back there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not much to say.
Gotta love that comment.
Yeah, Kenny, you're right. Gonzo shut down Hill again. That's right, playing that zone defense. Because they didn't really man-to-man.
They didn't throw in his direction at all.
No.
And like you said, it's probably because Hill was injured because he was open at times.
Yeah.
So Waddle was just too open to and
Jonnu
Smith. I mean, Jonnu Smith absolutely buried us. And this is a guy that we brought in, signed him to a huge contract, and then he couldn't even get on the field.
So one of the things that keeps getting brought up here in the comments here is about the coaching staff. And Mike Berry just brings it in with Mayo as a bridge hire.
I don't think
He's
I
not.
don't think he was.
He's not.
And the problem is...
I'd like
and
to
it-
see him go, but I
I
don't think
think
he was.
all of us here want to see everybody there gone.
Yeah.
But I'm like, now you fall into this rut. We're like, all right, we're going to have a whole new
The
coaching
Chicago
system
Bear rut.
to take the rookie quarterback.
That's okay.
And then what happens now if now this coaching system fails?
Well,
Like,
so
what's gonna-
so here's the thing: if you are going to make a change, and I mean when I say you, Kraft is paying someone, Sean Payton, Sean McVay, that type of coach to come in here. Not, well, I'm going to try out this guy or try out that guy.
And that's what I'm afraid is going to be.
Well,
that-
I think because the upside for Drake May is there, I think we're going to have better candidates. We didn't have good candidates for offensive coordinators.
But what if? So that's the problem, right? You fire Mayo. Now you're hoping you have the best. Like it's not. There's not.
Well, Vrabel's there. I would take Vrabel right away. I think
we
Vrabel.
already talked about this at nauseum. Vrabel's not coming here.
No. I mean, unless you pay him, I don't know, maybe. Yeah, but why?
It's just you're
why,
running you're
why
running a
prolong
risk.
the inevitable by letting all them come back next year?
Yeah.
And it's not going to look any better. And Elliot Wolf, you got to go too. You missed every single draft pick. And I don't even want to give him credit for drafting Drake May because you're drafting the third quarterback.
That's right.
So you don't get credit because whoever was there, that's who you were drafting. Every other pick you missed.
But that last year, the year before, all
Yeah,
the way
but you
back
were the
now,
new guy,
2022.
and we're going to do it different. And all his free agents missed.
Yeah, there's not one hit.
You don't have a
No,
tackle.
it's tough. I mean,
Yeah.
He missed on everything.
You need a coach and Sean McVay hits on every pick. I feel like Andy Reid's done a really good job drafting his entire career. I like Andy Reid. I still struggle with calling him one of the greatest because Patrick Mahomes got him over the hump. But he's called so many games where he's kind of blown it for his team, and then once he got Mahomes, he couldn't. Mahomes wouldn't let him make a bad call, But McVay, Sean Payton, I've always liked Sean Payton. And then another name was brought up today at work, John Gruden, and I don't think he's welcome in the NFL anymore.
Yeah,
But
I don't know. I've been hearing stories that he's going to come back. He's laying because I guess what happened with the emails? It came out that it was almost like a witch hunt, that they went in and opened him up, and I think there was. I don't know if there was a payoff, but there's been an agreement between him and the NFL over that. So I think that's
you think
now.
Robert Kraft takes in that potential bad publicity? I don't think so.
Know.
I don't think so.
No, well, he's too cheap. First off, because he's going to cost you money.
Yeah. We'll see. And then Kenny brings up a point here, which I don't think is ever going to happen. With Bob Kraft needs to go. It starts at the top.
No, he's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But is it going to be that much better with Jonathan? Because that's all we're getting. It's not like the Krafts are never going to sell the Patriots.
No.
That Foxborough is a complete goal line. It's in the billions. Like, it is a constant cash cow. So we're stuck with the Krafts no matter what.
Yeah.
We just need them. We need like an outside consultant to work with them of like who's going to be our next guy.
And it comes down to the money. It's like, spend a little. You want to win, you got to spend money. Right? The Red Sox did that years ago. They won. The Dodgers are doing it now. They're winning. The Patriots won't do it.
But it's not even just spending money, Dave. It's someone being able to
right people.
Exactly. Be able to find the right people to spend the money on.
But when you're willing to spend the money, the right people come. And when you're looking at,
I don't think that's 100% true.
If they were all right, Sean McVay a couple of years ago was talking about possibly leaving the Rams. If Robert Kraft called him and said, I've got 25 million reasons you should leave and come here.
He looks at this organization in the cold and goes, I'll stay in L.A.
I mean, maybe he's making that there, but which he quite possibly could be. I look at him as probably the best coach right now in the NFL.
Yeah, and if you're calling your shots, why the hell would you come here? This is a disaster.
Right, but that's the thing. Like we talked about before with free agents, you're going to have to overpay to get guys to come here, and they're not willing to. You want the right coach, you're going to have to overpay to get them to come here.
I think we have a much better chance getting the free agents in, because these are guys on short-term contracts looking to make money, and if you can give a wide receiver T. Higgins, he's worth 33, you give him 38, maybe.
Yeah, but if another team, Miami calls him and says, "Hey, we'll give you 38."
Oh yeah.
Like,
you got to be open.
Yeah, I'm not going to New England.
But it's constant. I keep seeing and reading. I know you guys too, and everyone out there see it. It is constant connection to Higgins coming here. Like it's ridiculous, and I always believe
know why,
this.
though.
Like, where there's smoke, there's fire. I mean, this isn't just your brown check marks. This is reputable reports all the way national.
Why does he want to come here?
To here.
What makes you want to come here?
Because he's going to be the number one wide receiver.
He's going to be the number one, might like the
Anyone
quarterback,
could be the
and he's going to be
number one.
overpaid.
Exactly.
I mean, he might get $40 million here. That's what it might take to bring him here.
Tony Martin, Cliff Kingsbury, yeah, 100%. Yeah. Dave loves Kingsbury. Talks about him. I think this is the first week so far. He hasn't got to him
Where
yet.
is Kingsbury at this? I forget where he went.
Washington, right?
Washington, yeah.
We were just raving about
Innovative.
him a week ago.
Yeah.
I know. Brain fart. I'm beat up today.
Fell off the roof.
That Tito's Red Bull. It's time for another one.
I should have got 2 Red Bulls, huh? No, yes, Kingsbury. The other Minnesota coach is a former backup quarterback for the Patriots too, right?
Yep.
And he's having himself a decent time with Minnesota. They're looking good.
We'll see.
So.
They just signed Daniel Jones.
The hell was his name? He was a 3rd-round pick.
I want to say his name is Carroll. His last name is Carroll.
Little help, Kyle. As soon as I hear it, I'll be like,
Yeah,
oh,
I know,
Jesus,
I know.
how did I not get that
Remember,
one?
he was a third-round pick.
No, it wasn't
he's not
Carroll.
leaving Washington. There's no way. I mean, he's got himself a good system over there. Why would he leave the number 2 pick of Jaden Daniels, which everyone's raving about, to come here?
If he's the head coach. Well, he's the head coach. He's the offensive coordinator there, right?
Yes.
Head coaching job, and you pay him an
I
extra.
don't know. Don't forget with Arizona, he couldn't wait to get out of there and take a hiatus because the head coaching job got to him.
Yeah. Or maybe
Well, he had to
Kyler
deal
Murray.
with Kyler Murray. I don't think that was such a great deal.
Kevin O'Connell.
Kevin O'Connell.
There it is.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes.
Can't believe I couldn't
I know,
remember
I
that
know.
one. Well, I can believe it.
Yeah. 7 Red Bull
Tough
vodkas deep. Yeah. I can believe anything.
So I'm just surprised Daniel Jones went to the Vikings to get back to that. I mean, he's not going to be the guy there.
Yeah.
There was so many rumors connecting him to the Raiders. I thought that was a lot.
The Raiders was a good spot.
They have Desmond
the
Ridder.
49ers would have been a better spot.
No, because they're going to run with Purdy. Like he's got to
But
go.
Purdy's
Purdy
out.
gets hurt.
Yeah.
Purdy's out right now.
Yeah,
So
but
put him in. That kid Allen was horrendous against Green Bay.
the problem I feel with these teams is you're just a backup, a starter injury replacement. Like you're not going to solidify a spot.
That's
where
all it's going to be anyways.
Not if he goes to someplace. They have Desmond Ridder.
I get it.
Is the Raiders
and the Raiders need to draft a quarterback this year.
He could have finished
So
out the year
Daniel
with
Jones
that.
is not going to be the guy next year. It's going to be the rookie they draft.
You guys have any idea how many years he has left on his deal?
Who?
Daniel Jones?
Oh, it's all wiped out.
No, it's not.
I thought he got his.
It doesn't work like
well, he
the
got his
coaching.
guaranteed money.
Yes, and then there was another clause to it. He still gets paid no matter what. It's not like NFL coaches, where as soon as if you take a lateral move, it wipes it out. If you still get your money.
No, but I thought they came into a mutual agreement to part ways. It wasn't a release.
I wonder if Daniel Jones is thinking, if I get...
He got his money, and then he got his $21 million. Like he got all of his money. Is that what you're saying?
There's nothing left on his.
No. Okay.
He was. They walked away completely done.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if he's thinking, if I get a 3-game stretch where I can start in Minnesota, indoors with those weapons, if I can kind of... And you know what? Now I'm a free agent quarterback on the market.
I don't know.
But is Sam Darnold still playing? And they're
Right.
they're a
But Sam
9-win
Darnold's had
team?
injury issues before in the
There's
past.
only a couple weeks
Oh, that's
left
true.
in the year.
I don't see him playing at all in
Right,
Minnesota.
right.
It's possible, like you said, Darnold, could get hurt, but I don't see him playing.
Yeah.
He could have gone somewhere else that he could have been plugged right in.
Right.
He could have gone to Dallas.
Dallas.
and possibly jumped in there against his old team this week. That would have
Tell
been
you
interesting.
What, he's a good athlete with a strong arm. If he can kind of put it together for a few weeks,
Well, he needs the right coach.
and he can wow a few guys. I remember the Red Sox signed J.D. Drew way over everyone else. And a story came out about 2 months later. They said that they watched him for a weekend in Atlanta, and they were in awe. They saw him for a weekend, and they overpaid him by like $3 or $4 million a season.
What if he doesn't get that? I know
Yeah.
in here with knee issues. I'm just thinking. I know I keep hammering the Raiders. You got two decent running backs. You have one of the best tight ends in the game right now. You have
And he's a
Jacoby
rookie.
Myers. You have a couple other options out there, and they have a decent offensive line.
And you're in Vegas.
And you're in Vegas, and you get to go showcase for the rest of the year.
But here's the
Vegas.
thing.
And they're a team that, like, you string together a couple wins, you're in a wild card. Talk about locking up
Right.
a big money contract. Now you're going here to Minnesota, and you just got to hopefully Sam Darnold blows the knee.
Hope that the guy gets hurt so you can play.
Right.
And Daniel Jones, I want to spin this to our next little topic here. The reason he even got paid what he got paid was a guy named Barkley. That was the Giants' offense. Made Daniel Jones look better. They got rid of Barkley this year because they didn't want to pay him. And Daniel Jones looked like shit right from the start. I mean, he should have been benched after week 1.
We said this last week. Barkley hid Daniel Jones' deficiencies.
Yes. And Barkley has transformed the Eagles.
Back to the
Offense.
Super Bowl ways that they were 2 years ago.
Yes. Because last year they struggled.
Yeah.
And they thought bringing in DeAndre Swift last year was going to change them. It didn't. Barkley is on another level.
Yeah.
And if this league wasn't driven by quarterbacks, he's MVP easily this year.
I just find it hard. We talked about this earlier, that Barkley would win MVP this year over Christian McCaffrey last year. So I think Christian McCaffrey's last year's season, I mean, granted the yards weren't there, but his overall touchdown production and what he did for a full healthy season for that Niners team.
No, it was incredible.
Last year, he was the MVP of the league and didn't win it because he's a running back. And I feel the same thing's going to happen for Barkley. Maybe he'll get away because it's kind of a down year for quarterbacks. I mean, what do
But
we
I
have?
also feel like with San Fran, they were already loaded. Before McCaffrey got there, they were a pretty loaded team. They had some decent running backs. Mostert was there.
Yeah.
They put up some decent numbers. They were winning. The Eagles had such a down year last year after being in the Super Bowl the year before. And Barkley has it's just been, I mean, the plays he's making are just 70-yard touchdown runs. The hurdle that he had over that guy's helmet.
They get a great offensive line.
They do. They have one of the best in the league. And him going there, that was a perfect choice for him. Because he gets to play his old team twice, shove it down their throat, and they have a chance to get back to the Super Bowl.
That's a team that I wish we were going to be able to watch tomorrow instead of these crappy games we get on.
God, Giants and Dallas, two of the worst teams in football.
Are you going to be watching any football tomorrow?
Yeah, the TV will be on. I'll be watching it.
I'll watch the Lions because I've been a Lions fan for a long time, so I love watching them on Thanksgiving. They always disappoint me on Thanksgiving.
It's just frustrating that we lead off with the Lions-Bears game, which I think is the game that most people want to watch because obviously the Lions are incredible this year, and you got Caleb Williams that
people still want to watch, right?
He's looked better the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, and he's a rookie with a lot of promise, you know.
But then that game's hidden early, and then we got the Giants with Tommy DeVito, who's hurt. So I think they just came out with today.
I thought he was still playing.
Nope. What's his name's going to? Drew
Lock.
Lock is starting for the Giants against Cooper Rush. Oh, that's an awful game.
Terrible.
And then I got to stay up because I want to watch the Packers and Dolphins. You know, like why?
Which is a decent game. That's a good game.
Yeah, 100%.
So you get 2 out of 3.
I just hate the meat of the day.
Yeah,
like the day that everybody's going to be able to tune in.
But at
is the
4:30, you should
crappiest
be
game.
napping after your turkey.
A lot of people, I'm surprised, a lot of people eat at like 4.
Oh, really? Who are these people?
I do not. I've always eaten early. We go out to dinner now. Our dinner reservations are at 12:30. But there's a lot of families who have Thanksgiving dinner at like 4 o'clock.
We have dinner reservations at 4:15.
He's one of them.
Oh, you get to miss the crap game.
Yeah, I mean this year, yeah.
Yeah, right back.
I mean, and that's the thing. Like Dallas is normally a good team. They fail in the playoffs every year, but they're usually a good team. This year,
But look at the schedule makers. Why would you think the Giants?
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't get that at all. And the Bears, that was only because of Caleb Williams. That's why
and the Giants are because it's a New York market.
They could have easily.
But they're not
picked a
even
better
watching
game
them.
for that one.
Yeah, I know.
So
a New York market. I mean, I think it'd be more exciting to watch the Jets because you're going to have Rodgers not playing.
Yeah, what a disaster!
Did you see that?
Team is.
Possibly taking the rest of the season off, not by his choice, but they're benching him.
Who's this?
The Jets.
Oh, with Rodgers?
Yeah.
Just cut him.
At
this point, just cut him.
Well, you almost have to.
What are you doing with him? What are you doing with them?
They want to know, are you fasting until your 4 o'clock dinner? And your wife chimes in and says, don't worry, they have TVs there.
Yeah. No, I'll still eat something early on. So I have to go to my mother's house.
The viewers they're on, I mean, how many of you eat at a late afternoon Thanksgiving dinner?
I have 2. I got to go to my mother's. Her turkey will be down around 1. And then I'm going to the in-laws out to dinner with the in-laws at 4:15 for another meal. So I'll eat twice. I'll just eat small. Try to. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
I don't know. I'm looking at the rest of the Week 12 slate. I mean, we had that great Commanders-Cowboys game. That was pretty awesome.
I mean, it was such a suck game. until the last 3 minutes.
You didn't see any of the ending of that game?
3 minutes,
I
Tony.
saw there were
That's all you
highlights
needed
all
to
over
see.
Instagram,
Yeah.
but I just kind of passed them by.
Last 3 minutes, it was touchdown, 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 touchdown.
Oh, so it's kind of like the Chiefs-Bills game in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, it was like ridiculous. I mean, Washington tied it, kicked it off. Turpin fumbles the kickoff, then he picks it up, does this little spin move,
Saw that.
takes off for a touchdown. Washington comes back, scores a touchdown, onside kick. Guy picks it up and runs in for a touchdown. It was in 3 minutes.
No kidding.
Tony, where did you see all those highlights?
Instagram.
You know where I like the reels and Dave
On a
doesn't?
probably wrong
Yeah.
page.
Oh, yeah. Probably on your
page.
Probably on our page.
I haven't found that yet. It's a struggle.
The best thing about the Probably Wrong page is that every day Dave will send me something somewhere that has already been posted.
Hours
on ours.
before.
Hey, Mike, did you
Yeah.
see this? Yep, posted that this morning at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
See that Tom Brady's going to play for the Buccaneers? Yes, Dave.
He's making
A
a
little late,
comeback.
Dave. Yeah.
I actually was watching the Brady broadcast, Fox. I really don't. I haven't got to like him yet as a broadcaster.
He's getting better, but it's not good.
I still don't. Yeah, I don't.
It's better.
I didn't think it was any better. I'm like, ugh.
It's a little bit better, but it's still not good.
There's no edge in his voice. It all stays
Monotone.
the same. Yeah,
I don't know anything
the
about
monotone
that.
man of the year.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I don't like it.
No, I think that's a flop by Fox, right? 10 years, $375 million.
Yep, and they're burying him on some crappy games now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just give us Greg Olson back.
Before we get to the coach's corner, I want to talk Celtics.
All right.
Because, I mean, I know that Clippers game was great, but we go back to the Wolves, the Wizards, the Cavaliers game, and it's driving me crazy that we cannot and just will not stop a run with a couple of easy buckets.
Yeah, but against the Clippers, they went to Porzingis a few times on the block, so that helps having him there because he's the guy that
I was going to say that your team MVP is back, Porzingis.
They scored 51 points in the second quarter. That's insane.
They went off.
They went off, and I think he opens up that offense even further.
I love having that big man out
he's
there.
a man.
But we just had the statement game against the Wolves because that's the team that's supposed to be the up and coming. I know they're having a rough season, but again, we are up by 20-something points.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing we talk about every week. Edwards comes down, hits a three. We go down, brick a three. They get a rebound, hit it.
Yeah,
They get a rebound, they take an easy bucket. And before you know it, it was an 11-point swing, and now they're fighting for their lives.
I think their
For their
philosophy is we're going to shoot
No matter
50-something. We're going to do it.
And-
And we get all excited and hot and horny of that second quarter of the Clippers game.
Speak for yourself. Holy crap. I wasn't horny
Oh,
about
no.
that. Maybe,
So-
maybe
Yeah, you
Porzingis being back in the lineup.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
So when you think
I was a little
about
horny for Porzingis.
when you think about the way they play and like what team really do you fear in the playoffs?
If they play well, nobody can beat them.
Yeah.
If they play, nobody can beat them.
What about Golden State? They hit
Golden
way
State
more
won't
threes.
Get there. Someone else will beat them.
You don't think so?
No, they won't get there.
I don't know. I
And-
feel like they're doing pretty well this year.
yeah, they won't get there.
It's early, so weren't the Lakers, you know?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
They won't get there.
So, to back up my point that I was making a minute ago, is that even Brad Stevens noticed it. Because he came out in an interview, they were asked, and he was like, when they were talking about what's one of the issues you see with this team, they might not have phrased it that way, but they were basically waiting for him to say, oh, it's injuries, we have this and that. He was like, no, it's the points in the paint.
Yeah.
And I'm like, see, even he notices it.
Right, but here's the great thing. It's not like they can't do anything about it. They have the players that can go to the rack.
Yeah.
Because Drew Holiday can go to the rack, Derek White, Tatum, Brown. They have the guys. So it just needs to be a shift in the mindset.
But a couple of times, so I'll bring back that Wolves game. There was several times they made great passes, and Tatum did it, Drew Holiday. Actually, they all did it because Derek White did it. They make the cut. They catch the ball 3 feet from the basket.
To pass it out.
3 feet, and
Yeah.
nobody even on him.
Yeah.
Like, it did it to Derek White and Tatum, and that's when I was like, now you can really see the philosophy. They were wide open under the basket. Easy cut and layup. They caught it,
Yeah.
and they dished it right back out.
Right.
Damn you, White. We need your points.
Yeah.
The people on DraftKings.
Yeah, that's what it was. It helped out people's
my
parlays,
God.
but it's just frustrating.
Well, not when you have White to score over like 12 points and he's dishing it out.
Yeah. While he's under the basket on the covers.
So we got Chicago Friday night. We'll see. That's going to be a game that I bet you is going to be close.
Yeah, Chicago always plays us tough. There are certain teams that aren't that good that always play us tough. Usually the younger, athletic, scrappy teams.
Yeah.
They play hard and they play for 48 minutes, and we usually go up 20 and then we blow the lead because we're shooting too many threes.
Hopefully it's a little different with Porzingis back. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's,
We're gonna segue.
Here we go.
Where's the coach?
I know.
And now, the Coach's Corner with David DeShulo.
I got a lot of compliments on that jacket last week too.
And you didn't bring it today.
I know. I went
You
with
know
the Belichick hoodie.
Tony sat right here and said, "Why don't you leave that jacket here? Because you're gonna forget it."
Yeah, I didn't forget it.
You made a conscious decision
Yes,
to
I
not
went-
bring
I
your
went to-
coach's sports jacket.
I went to Bill's hoodie. I don't have the sleeves cut off, but it's
not Bill's hoodie.
it's close enough. I mean, everyone was buying it because Bill was wearing it. I was one of them. There it is.
All right, Coach.
So we're going to go into, obviously, Bruins because their new coaches, doing all right with the defense.
Is he though?
Yeah. No, his defense is shutting teams down. They're out shooting their opponents 2-1. The problem is there's zero talent on offense that...
Can I just ask you this question
Yep,
before you...
ask
So they
away.
play Utah, who's one of the worst
Horrible.
teams
We
in the
went
league.
to that game. Awful game.
Then we played the Red Wings.
Red Wings have some offensive talent.
Where are they in the league, though? They're down
Not
the
great.
bottom. Okay.
Yeah, not great.
But see, you played two bad teams. And then you play last night Vancouver.
Backup goalie.
And what happened? We've
Shut out by a backup goalie.
It wasn't the Red Wings goalie a backup goalie?
It could have been Utah's goalie was the backup goalie.
So you played three backup goalies that just all played lights out.
Because teams right now are looking at the Bruins going, I can play my backup tonight because these guys can't score. Why is that? Because Don Sweeney has zero talent on offense. Zero. Pasternak, there's something wrong with him. Whether it's he needs help or it's just there's something wrong with him. And then after that, name a guy on that offense that can score goals. I can't.
Melissa here says, "How is
That's
there
Kyle.
zero?" I know, I'm just doing it purposely. How is there zero talent when the free agents are supposed to be offensive talents?
Well,
and we,
Lindholm, which we disagree on Lindholm.
Not just the
you were
Lindholms.
happy with Lindholm. I was not.
No, what I was about to say is you and I argue about this point all the time.
Yes.
Because you sit here like you just said and said there's no talent, and then we go down the list of of players that there is talent. They're just not playing well. Like nobody's getting it out because
Here's the thing.
What big free agent, offensive free agent did we lose in the offseason? What big offensive powerhouse did we lose?
Didn't lose any.
Okay, so
But they also
you didn't lose anybody,
all right,
and you
but
added,
the players
and
they
now
have,
you can't score.
The players they have on this team are all passers, except for Pasternak.
But we had this team the past 2 years, and they were the number one team in the league both years.
And they got goals from the guy who scored against them last night, Jake DeBrusk.
DeBrusk.
You couldn't wait to get rid of.
Yeah, and I honestly...
I included, so.
I honestly, 5 years ago, I would have traded him because his trade value was so high. But last year, he was easily... He was easily your best playoff player.
Yeah.
Best playoff player. And you let him go in free agency. I get it. They had enough of him. But the rest of these guys, I mean, Coyle is... It's the same thing every night. He takes the puck into the zone, goes down past the goalie, and then loses it. We watched it the other night against Utah. Zaka tries to make that pretty pass all the time. Trent Frederick is not a goal scorer. And everyone else in that lineup. Pasternak is your only goal scorer, and he is not scoring. So how are you going to get goals out of this team? You're not. So play defense and hope that you shut out the other team every night, and that's what they're trying to do.
That's what I will say. Is Swayman starting to get into form, or is it just because we were playing crappy teams? Because
we don't know yet. That's the defense is playing better in front of him, but they're also playing better in front of Korpisalo. So until we actually play a decent team, we won't really know. I mean, Vancouver's a good team, and he only gave up 1 goal, which is not bad.
Yeah.
But you couldn't score. So, I mean, they're not talented. This is like watching the Patriots.
But see, you keep saying not talented, Dave. They are
They're
talented.
not.
It's
They're
the
not.
same team.
We watched it.
But it's the same.
It's not the same.
That doesn't mean they're not talented. It's just
Not
they're
the
not
same.
getting it out of there. They're basically the same team. They've added bigger and better pieces.
They lost
it's
Bergeron and
coaching.
Krejci. I know last year.
Shells of
they
themselves
didn't-
2 years ago.
But Bergeron still put up points. Last year, you had Zaka, who had a breakout season. Pasternak was still scoring goals. Marchand,
Dave, I have
pretty good last
reels
year.
on the probably wrong page of you crapping on Zaka last year.
no, I don't think so. Bring him
Well,
up.
you don't know because you don't watch the page.
I was saying he has no idea.
Bring him up.
You don't even follow the page.
All right. Well, he's exactly who New Jersey got rid of.
Yeah, because we were crapping on him, and then the next day he scored a goal. And you
I
were
remember
like,
that,
And you
yeah.
were like, oh,
No, no.
Dave, isn't that
My
the
guy,
guy?
Zaka.
That was a playoff thing. He was like goalless in his first like 20 playoff games.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that. And then he finally scored, but it was the final game in the series. They
The
got
main
knocked out.
meat of this team is here.
And they're not good on offense.
Did they all just fall off a cliff? Or are they just...
It's possible. It's a year later. They're a year older. I'm a year older. I fell off
fell off
my
the stairs this morning?
Today.
So
I don't know. I just think there's something more to it right now. Something is rotten in that locker room. Something is going on because you can't be the best team in the league 2 years in a row and then come out and look this bad right now. And then you can't tell me that there's no talent because there is talent on this team. They're just not playing well. They're just playing. They're just playing.
they brought in a
lack of
lot
effort
more
and
players
talent.
this year that are not helping. The Morgan Geekie was a guy they signed last year who had a great year last year. Non-existent this year. He's been benched a couple times.
I'll read it to you. Melissa's saying, are you saying most of the players played above their talent last year?
Yeah.
For 2
I mean,
years in a row, they played above their
No,
talent.
2 years ago they had Bergeron and Krejci, and yes, that 60-something win team was. Look at what they did. They got knocked out by Florida.
And Kenny's chiming in, they're a team full of second liners.
I would say third liners.
Yeah, I think we're just crapping on them because of how bad they've been. Yes, I know. Take that back. I know we're crapping on them, but you're piling it on by saying it's a team of second and third liners.
But here's the other problem I've had is Don Sweeney hates young players. So all these people that want to shit on Patra, Lysell, Merkulov.
Who are all these people? Because I think everybody
A lot
wants
of
to see him.
people.
I
There's
think
a
it's
lot
the
of people
coaching.
that are like, well, Lysell obviously isn't good enough. No, Don Sweeney doesn't like young players to come up and play because they might have a lapse in the defensive zone.
And
well,
when was the
who
last
gives
time
a
we
shit?
saw Pacho with extended minutes?
It's been forever.
And
He needs to just play. And so does the other two. They need to just play. And your team is so bad at scoring goals right now. Why not just let them play?
what could it hurt with this guys being up here?
Right. What is it going to hurt? You're already looking as shitty as you look. What does it hurt to bring up those 3 kids and say,
I mean,
here's the keys. Let's see
what's
what you got.
The knock on them is the undersized, correct?
Yeah.
And our team for years was undersized. So what's the problem?
Yeah, what's the difference? Your defense is playing better right now, and your defense is a bunch of huge guys. So who cares if you bring up a couple of smaller forwards to learn the NHL game? Because the guys you have on your first and second and third line are all, at this point in their careers, other than Pastrnak, third and fourth line players at best. Charlie Coyle is a guy that I had high hopes for. He had a stretch where he looked really good. Now, put him on the third line. That's where he belongs. If he wants to move up, have him work for it. Because right now he's not. Zacha had flashes this year. Looks like shit. Put him on the third or fourth line. Guys who are actually putting the effort in, like a Brazeau or a Beecher, they're putting the effort in. They're just not talented enough to score goals. That's the problem.
So Kenny here wants to know who are the other stars. So you crap on Coyle. If Coyle was on another team, you'd want Coyle here. The problem is you see him every day, so you get frustrated with him. It's the Tatum disease. McAvoy, the same problem. If these guys were playing for other teams and they played here, you'd be like, why can't we get guys like that? It's the same. You see him every night, so you see the deficiencies. Those are okay. Marchand, shell of himself, guy can still play. Pasta, the two guys I just mentioned. I mean, Geeky and Frederick are two other guys. Yes, I could put them in the second liners, but they're top tier. Like those are.
Marchand,
I just think
like
right
Kenny
now
says,
they're such in a rut that you're crapping on these players and being like they're not good enough when they are.
I'm not crapping on anyone that doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, not forget the Lindholms.
If you're not putting the effort in, then you don't belong on the first or second line. And that's how hockey has always been.
I 100% agree
when
with you.
the effort's there, you deserve more minutes, get them out there. But none of these guys are putting the effort in other than Marchand. And, I can't even pick another guy. Honestly, Trent Frederick has, performed. It's just that he's performing to the highest level that he can, which is not first or second line. Your talent is...
Dave has 10 guys onto the fourth line.
I know. We basically
Stacked
have
fourth line.
we basically have mostly fourth liners. And Marchand is a guy that I love him. The effort's there every night, but he's 36.
He's a fourth liner.
He's had all these surgeries. He's not a guy you want out there 25 minutes a game.
No.
We don't have a player that makes everyone around him better. Like Drake May makes his offense better than Jacoby Brissett did. Connor McDavid makes the Oilers, everyone on the Oilers, better. When you put anyone on this Bruins team out there, who makes the team, the guys around him, better?
They're not a cohesive unit right now. Anyone on those teams.
And the fact
and Kenny wants to say that those guys are all second liners. They'd be first liners on other teams. None of those guys I just mentioned they'd be all first liners on other teams.
No.
100%. You're trying to tell me I'll go right. They'd be first liners on New Jersey. They'd be first liners. No. McAvoy and Coyle will be first liners on your Avalanche team. They'd be first liners. You're just crapping on them because they're struggling right now and they're the easy target because they're not playing the way they should be.
You're not thinking correctly here.
It is a New England thing here. When the guys drop off,
first line center for the Devils Hughes.
When the guys drop off, you're immediately like, oh, they suck. They this and that.
No,
we say it with Tatum. We say it with
immediately
Brown.
say that.
We attacked the Patriot players, but realistically, they're not second line players. Like they're not bad. I'm not backing off this hill. It's
you're
the
trying
New England,
to get under my skin is all you're doing because of my Tatum rants the last few weeks, and you're not going to get there.
But it's the New England thing we do.
There is no one on this Bruins team that is a first liner on New Jersey or Colorado. Not even close.
Tony, they want to know what your opinion is.
I think they're all fourth liners.
Thank you. New Jersey has probably 4 forwards that are better than everyone on the Bruins except for Pasta.
They're just playing well right now.
Nope. And then Colorado, you want to put McAvoy
Yeah.
over
Be a
with
first
McCarr.
liner.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. That's defense. Yes, McAvoy could play first line for them with McCarr,
Yep.
but after that, there's nobody that compares to Colorado's first offensive line with Nate McKinnon, Mikko Rantanen. Those two are two of the best forwards in all of hockey.
There's two. All right.
Yeah, you put anyone on their right side, and they're going to score tons of goals.
So you're proving my point. So they're first liners.
So Coyle does not make first line on any team in the NHL. Second line, possibly.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's absurd.
It is not absurd.
Absolutely absurd. The Coyle hate. Just like
Have another
Tatum
drink,
hate.
Michael. I don't hate Coyle. I actually have been a supporter of Coyle because I thought it was a good trade and a good
The
signing.
fact that you could say Coyle is not a first liner in the NHL is absurd.
Where is he a first
Absurd.
liner?
I'm not going down this argument with
Exactly.
you because I don't know hockey.
'Cause you
as well
don't
as you,
know.
the players. Because you're gonna. I'm
'Cause
gonna
he
say
can't do it.
You telling me he couldn't play on the Islanders first line?
That's possible. They're terrible too.
Yeah. Well, there's one.
No, the Bruins play the
Hold on.
Islanders tonight.
Oh, you're telling me he?
No, he wouldn't be a first liner there. No,
He wouldn't be a first liner in Vancouver.
no, God no.
Why? Who's going to be the first liner? Who's going to be over him?
Pavel Bure.
You have Brock Besser and you
Peter
have
Nedved. You got Peter
Elias
Nedved.
Pettersson.
I was waiting
Jake
for you to say.
DeBrusk?
That's what I was
Yeah,
waiting
Jake
for you to
DeBrusk.
say. Is DeBrusk.
Well, I'm looking at centers because Coyle is a center.
I was leading you down that line.
You go to the Islanders, you have Bo Horvat at center. It was much better than Coyle. No, Coyle could be a first line center on Utah.
Yep.
There might be a couple. Columbus.
Yep.
I mean, Columbus is kind of Columbus is their season got ruined with the whole Johnny Gaudreau thing.
Yeah.
So no, this team is the talent just isn't there, and people aren't living up to. And no, you're not under my skin. So
All right. Well, I want to talk some baseball. We got some hot
let's
stove
do it.
things
I
happening.
mean,
Yeah.
the Red Sox have done
Nothing.
absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I don't know.
Gotta make a move fast. You don't want to get
They're
caught
not-
up in.
They're not. Like we said before, they're going to sit back and watch everyone else go
I
everywhere.
think that they plan on making moves. I feel it.
Yeah.
feel
They're
it.
going to
Can't be.
offer Juan Soto money, but it's not going to be what everyone else offers them.
This is the first off season in several years where the talks have been in on it like it used to be.
That's just to get us all ramped
but
up.
that's fine.
They're not doing shit.
But that's fine. That's all it ever used to be. They were in the talks and everything. We didn't have that last year. We had the supposed. The year before it was all supposed. Jeez, for 4 or 5 years now. This is the first, it's like, wow. Like, I was thinking to myself on the ride home today, I'm thinking, wow, could Soto actually come here?
And I'm waiting for him to finally announce where he's going. And it's not going to be Boston.
I don't see him going to the Mets. And that's the
I wouldn't
only
go to the Mets
competition.
either.
He's not going to Toronto.
The Dodgers are still in the mix.
He's not. They just blew their nut on Blake Snell. Even though he just deferred $60 million.
Yeah, it was all deferred. Like, they've got some system. I mean, they're just throwing money.
You know what the system is? The GM's out in about 5 years. He'll probably retire, and somebody's getting stuck.
Yeah.
Same system the Celtics just
no
did.
shit, right?
They just paid everybody.
Very similar.
Oh, my God. I mean, to pick up Blake Snell to go along with Shohei and the fact that they've already been
The starting lineup?
Yeah,
Not the starting lineup. Sorry, the
rotation?
Starting,
rotation.
If everyone's healthy, and I'm Dave Roberts, they probably want to go with a 6-man rotation, which they use in Japan, and Shohei likes that. So Yamamoto, I believe, would like that too. So I'd probably go Tyler Glasnow 1, Walker Buehler 2, Shohei 3,
Which is crazy.
Yamamoto 4, Blake Snell 5, Bobby Miller 6, and then you got Tony Gosselin, Gavin Stone, and Dustin May.
But most of the starting rotation doesn't have Bueller in it.
I don't know how.
It's just
But
insane to think about.
Bueller didn't have a good season.
No, but
last
it was his
year.
first year coming off Tommy John.
Yeah, but
So,
isn't that
which is
supposed to be
always
when
a
your
tough
arm's
year.
stronger?
No, it's this year.
It's this year. Okay.
And before Bueller got hurt, he was a top 5 fantasy pitcher. The only one else that's a top 5 fantasy pitcher is Tyler Glasnow. So he's right up there with Glasnow.
What an unbelievable rotation.
Amazing.
You can't help.
It's ridiculous.
To be in awe of this team.
Like, they just won the World Series with like easily.
Yeah.
And they just got so much better.
Yeah. And they got a lot of guys coming back. Whew.
And I don't really know where Juan Soto's mind is. All I hear is he wants 13 or 14 years, so the Dodgers probably isn't the team for him. But if he wants to be a winner, I don't know.
I don't think he cares because he was a winner in Washington, left. Yep. He was a winner with the Yankees. They were trying to sign him.
Well, no, I mean like World Series.
He won the World Series with Washington.
With Washington, right.
He came close with New York, but the rest of the team let him down.
He could sign a 1-year deal with the Dodgers, go win a World Series with them
I don't
next
think that
year.
drives him because the Nationals
it's money.
The Nationals were trying to sign him. He wouldn't sign. Traded him to San Diego. Wonderful place to live. They were trying to sign him. Wouldn't sign. Traded him to New York. If you want to be big market, they wanted to sign him. He wouldn't sign. I don't know what the hell this guy's problem is.
I think it truly is he wants to be the sole star and to build the team around him. And
but that was Washington. Didn't like it.
Yeah.
Doesn't like anything.
Well, no one likes Washington.
And that's it. It's funny because when we talk about Soto, and there's plenty of reels out there that we've put out on the line pages, and it's like nobody wants to actually listen to what we're saying because we talk about like there's just something missing with Soto. And it's all I hear is, you're crazy. How could you say that? How's Bryce Harper? How's this? Like, you're not really listening to what's saying. Like, no one is taking anything talent-wise away from this guy, but there's just something off with it.
Something's off.
Something happened in Washington, because in Washington, he was, and I'm not even saying he's not a likable guy. He's just, that spark there is missing. And then they're like, oh, well, look at him in New York in the Soto shuffle. I go, that was a fabricated thing. There's that little thing that I don't know what it is. And like you just said, like, it's something because
all these teams tried to sign him to long-term deals. He wouldn't accept it. He came out yesterday, had a press conference. Did you guys hear about that?
No.
Had a press conference. Kind of weird. He's like trying to play like the media.
I did see that. I thought it was a shtick.
He said he signed with Celsius. It's an energy drink.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, what are you doing here? Just, I don't know. He seems weird.
But when you listen to that, right? Like if you put anybody, Mookie, Hopper, Ramirez, Witt, Judge,
right?
Any one of these guys, they would have played into it like it was fun. He was so monotone with it. It was like he was reading the script to try to be funny.
And he's doing it while he's in the middle of free agency and people want to get some information. Yeah. Like, it's just kind of weird, like awkward. Like, you have a buddy that says like the weirdest things at the wrong time. It's Soto.
He's like a Kawhi Leonard.
He's like a Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, he might be like a Kawhi Leonard.
What's the big deal on him then?
He's a great hitter. Oh, boy.
But at 13 years?
Yeah, he can hit. He's 25, I think, or 26. Yeah. He's not going to get 10 because he's so young, and he's a top 10 hitter in all of baseball. Maybe top 5.
He comes to the Red Sox right now. The way this team is in the playoffs and contending. Like that.
Oh, I agree.
Like that.
You have a good offseason. You could be World Series contenders.
Hey, what were the Yankees last year? What were they? Didn't they miss the playoffs last year?
The year before?
Yeah, it was the year before.
Yeah, but I think Judge missed a lot of time.
In my mind, I was thinking it was last year that they missed the playoffs, and that's why they wanted Soto, and they were in the World Series his first year.
Yeah. And then Judge obviously had a full season. But the Red Sox are in a situation where if you bring in 2 pitchers, Soto and say Teoscar Hernandez, you're there. You're in the mix for the World Series.
Yeah, they should bring some pitching in. And I don't see them doing anything. If they do sign Soto, then all right, I'll change my opinion of the Red Sox.
I get it. They've left such a bad taste in everybody's mouth. I get
it's so
Dave.
bad.
I do.
Didn't even. I mean, Blake Snell. Did they even make him an offer?
I don't know if they wanted him.
And I think Blake Snell's mind was made up that he was
it's
going
possible,
to LA.
Very possible.
And Blake
Who
Snell,
doesn't want to go to LA at this point?
Right. Yeah. And Blake Snell, he's not a true ace. He's more of a 5 1/3 inning pitcher. He's not a guy that's going to give you 7 or 8 innings.
And he's a year up, year down.
Yeah,
year
a little inconsistent.
And like I said last week, this is his year up.
Yeah,
But he just landed on one of the most loaded teams.
It's a great.
So
It's a
great
great
for the
fit for
Dodgers.
him.
Great fit for him.
It's
Great fit
perfect
for the
for
Dodgers. But if you go out and get Max Fried, you trade for Garrett Crochet with all these prospects. You bring in Juan Soto, Teoscar Hernandez.
I think
Like
that's the
Crochet-
start. Sign Juan Soto,
yeah.
and then move some of these prospects.
The only thing with Soto, I think Soto's going to take his time because he is the diaper dandy out of this mix. So he can take whatever time he wants. He could have the spotlight on him the whole offseason. I think he's going to take his time. But the Red Sox have to stop making moves because all of a sudden Blake Snell is off the table. There'll be other guys off the table. You can't just wait for Juan Soto.
I
You
think
have to
Juan
make
Soto,
moves.
I think it came out today after the winter meetings, he'll be signed.
Okay.
I think he said that he doesn't want to wait. I actually think it's a little bit sooner than that he
All
wants
right.
to be
I hope
signed.
so. I hope so.
But some of these prospects, like I know Mike's talked about it for a long time, like trade them. Why do you sit on prospects?
If you can bring in studs, if you can bring
studs,
Vladimir
right.
Guerrero in, if you can bring in Garrett Crochet, if you can bring in
Dump
serious.
some of these guys.
So one of the problems is teams around the league know the position we were in the backlog of stars. Not stars. The backlog of what did you just say? Man, I'm having a brain fart. Of young talent. We'll just say that. The prospects. We have a backlog of them. So teams now are asking for even more. Like the Crochet, they're asking. We're not getting them. I forget. I heard the numbers today, but they were asking a ridiculous amount of prospects, and we're just like, nope. Like the price has now gone too high. So when teams want to trade with us, they see the backlog, and they're like, well, now we want X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And at this point, if you're gonna get the right player, do it.
I don't disagree with you.
Especially if you're not going to play the guys anyways for another. If Marcel Mayer is still 2 years away, trade him to a team like the Royals or the Padres who are going to put him in right away. Let the kid play. He doesn't deserve to sit in the minors. Let him go to a team that's going to play him if you can bring in a veteran stud player.
Man, this Lysell thing really has burnt you, huh? You really want this young
the Bruins.
playing.
Don Sweeney is like a moron. And
Yep, that's
Yeah.
right.
yep.
So I wouldn't mind Marcel Mayer getting shipped out in a deal to bring back Vladimir Guerrero.
Right, you get a good
Vladimir
player.
Guerrero, you sign Juan Soto, and then you do whatever you can to sign Max Fried, and you're in it.
Yeah.
You get a top of the rotation pitcher. In the heart of your order goes Devers, Vlad, and Soto in no particular
You're
order.
instantly a playoff contender.
You're instantly a World Series contender.
Right.
Because we saw with the Dodgers, you put out a pitching staff, you don't know what's there come the World Series, So, like, everyone's looking at the Dodgers. Yeah, they have a great team, but
they've stacked it such with
yeah. But I think some guys are going to have to be moved. You can't have 8 starters. But they'll be able to position themselves where if they need a third baseman, Dustin May gets traded for a third baseman. So they're in a good spot. For sure.
You can't sit there with 4 shortstop prospects either. Someone's got to go.
Well, the San Diego Padres, believe it or not, they started all shortstops.
They field their team with shortstops.
Okay, well then, bring all those prospects up and put them third base, shortstop, second, first.
Yeah, that's
And
what
let's
they're
see
doing.
how we do.
Yeah, it's
but
actually
we still
not.
have Casas at first.
Yeah.
Devers at third.
I'd
So
like
now
to
you
see-
have second and shortstop, and I don't. Trevor Story is back.
Yes,
He's still under contract with them.
correct.
So he is a second baseman at best.
No, either one. Shortstop, plays
Yeah.
good defensive shortstop.
But with the prospects they have at short,
But they also have your guy Campbell at second. That might be closer than Mayer. Tristan Campbell. Yeah, he's number 10 rated prospect in all of baseball.
so like
So
I said,
maybe
with
Story
all
at
these,
short. Like get
Yeah.
these guys up,
yeah,
or trade them,
them,
and get guys
Move
that
on,
can.
because Dombrowski was a guy who moved prospects to bring in high money guys.
Yes,
Still doing it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Right.
Still doing it
Where,
well.
Where is he?
Philly,
Yeah.
Philly. Okay. Which
and they're winning.
yeah,
with
winning.
veterans.
Right.
Yeah,
And that's what you need to win. You need veterans.
yeah. You need men, not like boys.
Right.
Right.
these prospects, it's so great to look at them and go, oh, man, 5 years from now, this kid's going to be a stud.
I think everyone's afraid to miss.
Yes.
Oh, and one of the great trades that he made, I mean, it won us a World Series, but you can say what you want, was trading Chris Sale. What people don't talk about is that the White Sox wanted Devers, but he gave them Moncada.
Yes.
So he hit.
Yeah.
He hit on not only getting Sale, but not giving up Devers in the deal. Because Moncada's been a flop.
Right.
He's been injured. He's been moved around. But
Yep.
if you gave up Devers, now you're looking at, oh, crap. We got 1 year out of Sale, and we gave up Devers for it.
Yeah.
So you got to hit on not trading the guy. And I think a lot of GMs are afraid, so they just hold them all and do nothing.
Stop being afraid.
Take some chances. You're Boston. Because
yeah.
even if you make mistakes, you can just sign people. Unlike other teams,
you used to be able to. People. You're not allowed to spend money anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Dombrowski was just like, oof, I'm doing it. Throw this guy here. I'm signing that guy.
Right.
I had the money to spend.
He played fantasy baseball.
Yeah.
I love it. But that's how you build a winning team.
Right. And now we're stuck with
mediocrity.
Mediocrity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Not bad.
All right.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Else?
Tomorrow, I am going
to the big turkey day.
Going to my cousin's for the turkey day, and then I'll be back working out with Kerry Kingman tomorrow night.
You gotta keep with that program.
Thursday. It's Thursday before it's Thanksgiving.
It's funny because I love holidays, but I hate that it throws the rhythm off.
Come to my house. Work out at my house.
Right. Anytime Fitness is open 24/7.
All right. So what do you mean it throws the rhythm of the day off?
Rhythm of the day.
Michael likes to eat, so he's going to be eating.
Yeah.
No working out tomorrow.
No, there will be. Yeah. I
working
stay
out
on
that fork
plan.
to the mouth.
No.
And plus, you don't drink, so it's easier to, have a big meal, take a little nap, get your workout in. Perfect.
Oh, but, you get things situated, like, gym first thing in the morning, this, that. Then now it's like, gotta get up a little bit later. I don't, it just throws it off.
My friend Kyle loves your dedication.
All right. Gotta stay focused.
Kyle is a workout guy, too.
Nice.
Yeah.
No.
Me, not so much. I've been trying to ride the bike still.
There you go. How's the back?
Till the fall today, it wasn't doing too bad.
It was good.
Yeah. But I've been pretty consistent. I actually, I got myself below 220, which is good. I'm happy about that.
Do you do a recumbent bike, which is one that you're on a seat with a back piece?
No.
Or you do the regular upright?
The regular, yeah.
The recumbent might be a little bit better for you because you get a little bit of back support.
Probably would.
Yeah.
No, I just got that cheap old bike.
Oh, do you have it at your house, or you go to it? You have it
at
the house.
Yeah.
Is it like the old 1970s bike?
Yeah, it was like the cheapest one I could find. And
the one that kills your balls. You're like, oh, shit. These aren't going to work for like 3 years.
The screen doesn't work on it anymore. I'm just like, all right, I'll watch the TV and I'll see what time I started.
I was thinking it was like the 10-speed bike without the back wheel that's on the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I could have done that. That's an easy way to go. No, it's a cheap one though, and it's got the little dial to make the pedaling harder,
resistance,
and resistance. I stick with one speed, and I just like throw a TV show on, and I'm like, all right, I've been on for half an hour. All right, I'll go another half an hour.
Yeah.
So you really get into that show. I understand that. It's like, oh wow, I just did an hour.
Yeah.
It's either that or I'm sitting on there on my phone playing solitaire.
Yeah.
But no, I've been trying to consistently do that. It's been tough since I got back from vacation. I'll get back into it, especially if work slows down a little bit, working Saturdays.
Yeah. And if you set your goal small, like I'm going to do 20 minutes, like Mike said, sometimes you get into a show and then you're like, let me do another 10. And then 10 goes by and you're like, let me do another 20. So if you at least hit a goal of 20 minutes, you're going to find a few days a week that you're going to hit 45, maybe an hour.
Yeah.
So that's a good way to get yourself
The easiest one is during the Patriots games.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm just sitting there pedaling, watching the game, and I can just keep going and going.
Right.
The Patriot games are my biggest cheat. That's when I just sit and I'm like, all right, all that work for the week.
I mean, I'm not saying I rode the bike this Sunday. I was sitting on the couch watching the game, but
with you being as fitness regimented, I mean, if anyone follows him on any of his social media platforms, you're very regimented in what you eat. What is the splurge for Thanksgiving?
I don't like a lot of sweets, so I think that helps me out tremendously. So I don't really do apple pies. So
let's just stop. We don't even got to. I wasn't even going
Yeah.
dessert wise. I was going with your meal.
I'll do turkey, a bunch of turkey. My cousin makes a great. It's like a sweet potato with marshmallows on top.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. So I'll eat like a normal person, but I'll probably have more realistic portions of what they should be. You know what I mean? I'm not going to overdo it on that. Brownies would be like my one cheat meal if they're like one cheat that like I have a chance to like really go overboard. I love brownies. Yeah.
Especially if it's a really good brownie.
And juicy. So, but I'll try to just have one. Maybe,
Moist.
Moist, nice and moist. I'll try to have one or two of those. But I pretty much live the same way everyone else does. I don't have my house filled with like snacks, so that helps. So if I'm bored at 10 o'clock at night, I'm eating eggs, so that really helps me out tremendously. But every day I eat eggs, a pound of chicken, a steak, drink my Shakeology, and Greek yogurt with fruit. I eat that every day, and then maybe some more fruit and veggies throughout the day, every single day. And then if I go out to eat, I eat whatever the hell I want.
I can't comment, but
Justin wants to know, he looks like I have new jerseys. Justin, I have so many jerseys. I went in my closet today to look around to grab something, and I was like, holy crap.
I forgot about this one.
There was a time that I really went.
Still got the creases over here.
No, I just pulled the tags off.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, I can see the creases.
what was this, the 97 Super Bowl?
I don't even know when
Woodson?
I got this jersey. I have no idea.
I don't know what
just
Super Bowl that one was. Jeez. Yeah.
No.
That was good.
But that's good self-control, because when I eat at home for like a Thanksgiving meal, I'm a guy that like, oh, that was good. I got to have a second plate. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like now we go out to dinner, so it's very easy. It's, you get your plate of food and you're done.
You're done. Yeah.
Turkey, mashed, stuffing. That's my big thing.
Turkey, mashed, stuffing, green bean casserole.
Oh, I love green bean.
Macaroni. You do? I
love green
It's my
bean
favorite.
casserole.
Every year
I love
have to
drool
make
over
it.
Yeah, I'm getting a chubby thinking about it. I love green bean casserole.
One year, and I felt bad for everybody because I said, you know what, I'm gonna.
Did you have bad gas?
No, I made it with fresh green beans, thinking it was gonna be like a healthier, not just healthier, but you
Better
think it's better tasting. It was awful. Right back to the canned green beans.
Yeah.
Never again.
Yeah, I don't eat that. So
You don't eat green bean casserole?
No.
Nice crust on top.
Oh yeah, it's the French, the fried French onions on top.
Let me ask you this: cranberry sauce. Are you?
I don't hate cranberry sauce, but I don't.
If I don't love it, I'm not going to do it.
I like the just the gelatin style. I don't like the ones with the actual cranberries in it.
Yeah.
My mother will make a homemade cranberry sauce, and it is good. But I still love that Ocean Spray canned gelatin,
Tina brings up a good point, because I contradicted myself here with I hate veggies. I hate veggies, but green veggies is the one veggies that I can eat.
Well, it's still a casserole too.
Canned green beans are the best, and you mix it with the cream of onion soup and covered it in fried onion rings.
I was gonna say it's got a mixture of
Right.
it's not just green. You're not just eating vegetables.
I think broccoli casserole was basically just like the broccoli and cream cheeses and cheese over the top. There's nothing healthy about it, and I will eat that. Yum, 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 yum.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, I can't wait for dinner tomorrow. Now that I'm talking about it, I'm just like,
Getting hungry over
here. Yeah.
Gotta go home and eat my pound of ground chicken. Great.
I had ground turkey tacos tonight. So
Ground turkey is one thing that I just can't.
It's not great.
No, it's not. And I've tried to spice it up, and before you know it, I'm adding so much salt and different spices to make it taste good.
Depends on
I've ruined it.
depends
I
on
could
what
just
you-
have hamburger.
Yeah.
depends on what you're making it with. No, I've done better with the ground turkey and ground chicken than it's a transition from ground beef, obviously, and ground beef tacos are the
balls.
bomb.
I can cover that in sour cream.
Yeah, but trying to be the healthier person, the ground turkey hasn't made that much of a difference to me until I eat a ground beef
you're like,
taco.
this is
I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
haven't had that in a while.
Yeah, that's right, Melissa. Cornbread. Oh, I love cornbread.
I do
can't-
too,
it's-
but I gotta put tons of butter. I love butter on
my
my
wife
cornbread.
makes a delicious cornbread, and I do a butter and honey glaze on the top of it. And I coat that, so it's sweet. It's mouth-watering. It is.
Yeah.
It's I as soon as she starts smelling it, cooking, I'm like, oh yes, I'm gonna devour that cornbread. Mm-hmm. And the best is if we don't have company, I can just eat the middle out of it. That's a good way.
My friend of mine who watches football with me.
Oh yes. Sorry to laugh. Tina just reminded me.
Yes, I know you need to bring that up, but
Yeah.
Oh,
my friend Tom, his wife Deb, like she likes to make banana bread and pumpkin bread and zucchini bread. She always makes one for me with chocolate chips in it, and oh my god, it's so good. I have to have butter on them though.
I feel like
man,
it still tastes the zucchini and zucchini bread.
Nope. Her breads they're amazing. I ate pumpkin bread and I don't like pumpkin anything. So that was amazing. But yeah, get on to your
So Tony, Christmas is right around the corner. I need to ask you this question because we've had this debate with his wife.
and Tony has cats.
And you have cats, and I know other people on here have pets. With the Christmas shopping and everything going on, do you buy your cats Christmas presents?
no.
Thank you.
They don't know about Jesus.
They don't know what
They're cats.
They're annoying. They want to knock the stuff off the Christmas tree.
And if they need toys, when I'm at Walmart, I'll just buy them toys.
Yeah.
Like, I just bought myself a pickleball paddle. Like, it's weird. People are like, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, nothing. Because, like, if I need something, I just buy it.
So
And that's where a lot of us are at this point.
right now, I shut off buying myself anything, like probably late October, because I'm like, Christmas is coming. There are things I want. I'd rather not spend my money. I'd rather to enjoy other people buying me the gifts.
Yeah. Makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
But yes, I had this conversation with Tina today because
So they buy pets Christmas presents?
she went out last night and bought her cats gifts.
I don't
And
get it.
she does.
And then she asked me,
She's-
she's like, you don't buy? I'm like, no, it's a dog. I mean, I know my kids are going to wrap up stuff and want to give them stuff. They're kids. It's different.
My mother always got gifts for my dogs when I was a kid,
Who don't know what they're doing.
but it was like she would get them steaks, like stuff like that. So my dogs would sit there while me and my brother were opening presents and shit, and then they would have something that she would give them.
They don't know what you're
Which
doing.
I know this, but it was
Just
still
another
a
day
thing.
to them.
It was still a thing that she did, and Tina likes to get the cats something for them, and you throw a little catnip on it, and they want to tear the package apart because the catnip gets them going, So it's I see where she's coming from.
Oh, you have to. You got to go home.
Yeah, my mother did it. But, I mean, shit, Mike doesn't want to buy his wife a freaking Christmas gift. Sorry for the language.
Oh, she has a job. She can buy it
But like Tina's like, what are you getting Leah for Christmas? She's like, nothing.
we don't do
she works.
Christmas. We
I know,
it
and
goes both ways.
that's where you guys are at. Like, she feels the same way, and that's whatever.
We do birthdays
But-
and Mother's Day, Father's Day. We'll eventually do Christmas again, but right now, with the kids, I got 4 kids. We got to spend stuff for. We got parents, in-laws. We'd much rather get, everyone
No,
gifts,
but,
and then we'll go do something.
Tina and I, we're both just like, we don't really need to do gifts. She'll get some stuff. I'll get some stuff. It's not a big deal, but that's just how you're at it, where you are at this point. So, you might get a couple things here and there, whatever. Well, what do you want for Christmas? Nothing.
Yeah.
If I want something, I'll just go buy it.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
But that's-
obviously
it is-
she knows cards. She's been buying me those random autographed jerseys every
Maybe a
year.
few Red Bull vodkas.
I mean, that's always a good way to go.
Yeah. It's a very safe gift.
All right. Well, we've run really long tonight, so
Have we?
everybody. Oh yeah,
Well,
we
it's a-
started
it's
early.
All right, check you later.